It's week 8. It's week 8. Welcome to the Picks Podcast.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Matt. This is Kyle, and we're going to talk some football today, as we usually do.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk some football.
Dude, we got some incredible action from week 8. Incredible
week 8.
But first,
impeccable.
Let's talk about some injury stuff. We'll talk about some trade stuff, and then we'll get into all the action. The big one, obviously, hits home for me, owner of this person in 2 fantasy leagues. Stefon Diggs out for the season. Torn ACL. Anterior cruciate ligament got snapped, brother.
Oof. You hate to see that.
That's tough. I mean, for the Texans, I guess it's fine because they got Nico Collins back. I don't think this week, but next week, I think.
Next week he'll be back.
I think next week he'll be back. So I don't know who Houston plays. So we'll have to take a look at that.
They play the Jets on Thursday night.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Currently a 1.5-point dog.
The Texans? The Texans are a dog?
Maybe Vegas is on to what I was saying last week about how CJ Stroud is bad against good defenses away.
Do the Jets have a good defense?
Yeah, against the pass.
I don't know. The Colts are benching Anthony Richardson again, which means I get to start Michael Pittman. Not for injury, because of the quote unquote poor play. I'll let you take a wild guess as to what that means.
He tapped out in the middle of the game.
Yeah,
he took a playoff in the middle of the game.
That's
he was
wild.
like, dude, I'm tired. Give me a playoff.
Yeah,
you can't do that as the face of a franchise.
Nah, he's quite a bit cooked. I think the Colts are quite a bit cooked with that selection now.
Yeah. I mean, he was always high upside, high risk.
Yeah, it was true.
If you're not completing at least 50% of your passes, you can't be an NFL quarterback.
No bueno.
Look at Tim Tebow.
Yeah. Hey, Tebow at least won a playoff game. Yeah. Can't say that about
Anthony Richardson's, I think, probably Tebow a Jace.
No. Dude, Tebow was a much better leader.
Maybe, I don't know.
He was a man of God. For Christ's sake. Christian Kirk's out for the year. As if the situation in Jacksonville couldn't get any worse. They lost again this week, and now they lose probably their best receiver.
Maybe Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas is the best receiver.
They
also maybe lost him.
Yeah, they also maybe lost him. Not for the year, but he's also injured.
He got like a rip bruise, but I heard MRIs were good, so he might be day-to-day for Brian Thomas fantasy.
Oh, there were a couple trades that went down
the
last couple hours here. So the Vikings got Cam Robinson from the Jaguars. Because Christian Darrisaw is going to be out for this season, so he's a left tackle. So I don't know what exactly the trade details were there, but I'm assuming Jags get some picks, and then the Vikings get a starting left tackle, so not a bad deal. Additionally, the bigger one, the Ravens got another okay receiver. They've added Deontay Johnson from the Panthers. I don't know if that moves the needle for me, to be honest. I don't think that really does anything per se. It's weird because like the Ravens haven't had like a number 1 receiver in my opinion since Steve Smith, and so they've kind of just had these rotation of guys that are like, oh, he's pretty good, he's all right, he's pretty good. So now they have Rashad Bateman, who's like okay. They have Zay Flowers, who's pretty good, and now they get Deontay Johnson, who's like okay. So I don't know who the guy's going to be there in terms of the number 1 guy, but something. It's food for thought.
Yeah.
But all right, enough chit chat. We got some games to discuss, and I just wanted to say,
oh boy,
in my opinion, I think this has been the best week of football so far this year. Do you agree?
I absolutely concur.
Dude, this
week was an incredible witching hour. One of the best witching hours of all witching hours.
Oh,
the primetime games were low-key kind of lacking except for Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like the witching hour, the end of the 4 o'clock window with the Hail Mary.
Oh, of course.
Aaron was ecstatic on that play. I have a lot of fun facts, very numerical facts, as a little tease. Speaking of tease, the KBTs also successful, officially in the green.
Yeah.
$40.
So we're in the green now, baby.
Playing Atentius.
We're in the green.
Spent $100 on the KBTs. $40 profit so far, and we're gonna keep it rolling.
We are in the green, baby. So
I didn't even like the lines last week, and I like the lines this week. So what could that mean? I don't know. I think I'm
probably a miss.
3 of the past 4.
Probably a miss, but I ain't gonna put that out there.
4 if it wasn't for Drop Mayo being a lame, soft bum.
So I went
using his timeout.
I went 12-4 on my picks, which means I'm on a much better pace than I already was last year. Because that's 12-4, 11-4, 12-4 in the last 3 weeks for me. You've hit 3 out of 4 of your last weeks on the KBT. So if you've just started watching us, you're probably ecstatic. You're like, these guys are geniuses, man. They keep giving me winners.
Smart. Big brains here.
You know? I can't say the same with my bets because like 3 out of 4 is usually what I hit. It's been bad this year, Kyle. It's been so bad. I've counted. So
just rock with the tees.
I went. No, I have been. That was my only hit this week.
Your only
naturally
hits.
But no, I went back and checked. 15 different parlays missed of 4 or more legs missed by. Oh no, of 3 or more legs missed by 1 leg. 15.
Parlays are not profitable in the long term.
Parlays have been fucking me over.
They're electric, but they are not profitable.
But it's bad, bro. It's like, I mean, can I just hit like, if I hit like 3 of those, I would not be in a position to complain. But 15?
That's why it's called gambling.
15, man?
Money.
Thank God I'm not a fucking degenerate. I'd be in serious trouble.
Gamble responsibly.
Gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-GAMBLER if you think you have a problem.
Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right. Let's go to Thursday night. Vikings Rams.
Thursday night.
Rams get the W.
In leg of the KBTs, if I remember right, that you were not confident.
I was not confident in this one. And you know what's funny is
most of America.
It's funny because I should have called you because I was actually debating that night whether to pick the Rams straight up. I was like looking at the matchups. I saw McVay's record on short rest, which now he's 7-1 if you exclude the week 1 game after the year after they won the Super Bowl against Buffalo. So he's
they were coming out of the bye, right? Or
no, that was week 1. It was that game was week 1 against the Bills. It was the year after they won the Super Bowl because you know how the Super Bowl winner plays on Thursday. So he's 7-1 on short rest. Insane. And like it made sense in retrospect, right? Because the Rams needed a win. Vikings were undefeated. They just lost to a really good Detroit team. It's a short week. They have to travel to the other side of the country. They're a little banged up, right?
Rams were getting healthy.
Rams were starting to get healthy. They got
Cooper Kupp back. They got
Puka back. Yeah, exactly. So I was just looking at it and I'm like, the Vikings are like that much more talented on paper, and like the Rams O-line is still kind of banged up. So I was like, you know what? So I ended up going with Minnesota. But I should have texted you that night because I was like, I'm not surprised the Rams won in retrospect.
You know, like 90% of the public was on like Minnesota and the spread.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
The Vegas cooked them. Vegas cooked the public. You got to be a shark sometimes.
You know who kind of cooked?
Fly with the public, especially if the public's going off.
You know who kind of cooked the Vikings though? The officials.
But the refs that are
behind. So hear me out. All right, I'll preface this by saying, did the Vikings play well enough to win? Probably not, but the officiating in that game needs to be addressed, all right? So the Vikings had 3 defensive penalties called on them on 3rd down that, quite frankly, I thought some of them were soft. They were, I think, 1 holding and 2 PIs. Quite frankly, I thought they were pretty soft penalties. And then, obviously, you have the egregious no call at the end of the game with Darnold that led to the Rams' safety and sealed the deal. There's literally 3 or 4 of you on the field. Like, how do you miss that?
I don't know, man.
Did you see that
My
play?
favorite thing is like their explanation the next day. They're like, nobody had a good view of it, and there's like 3 camera
What view do you?
angles where
He
can
drops back.
explicitly see the ref.
He literally
Eyes
drops
looking
back,
right
and then
at
his
Sam
face goes
Darnold.
like that. Like, dude, at worst, you throw the flag and then pick it up later on like replay assist. If it's not a face mask.
You know what's kind of funny is the Rams like during the owners meetings have like suggested that like personal fouls stuff like face masks and roughing the passer be like reviewable penalties, and they've gotten shot down every time, and now they won because that rule wasn't in effect. Did you see the
Yeah, but then
the guy that
that's
who
a
was the guy that
snowball
caught the
effect
safety?
for the Rams.
Him when he on the Rams where he's like his head's over his helmet, and everyone's like, "Oh, he knew," but he's like, and then he tweeted out like, "Nah, it's just really loud in there."
I think it was Byron Young.
I think it was Byron Young.
I think it was Byron Young.
I'm looking at the play.
I'm not sure. It was either him or Jared Verse, but I'm not sure. But so this actually has a snowball.
Yeah, it was
effect.
Byron Young.
Byron Young. This actually has a snowball effect, right? The Rams winning, because
absolutely.
Think if they lose that game, right?
They're on a fire sale.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say Cooper Kupp's probably not a Ram anymore at that point.
Yep.
So this has huge implications for like anybody who was interested in Cooper Kupp. They're probably not getting Cooper Kupp anymore.
And the NFC West, the Rams are
and the NFC, yeah. So like, you're right there now. Like you're 3-4, like 2-5 and 3-4 is a huge difference at this point in the season, especially with Seattle losing. I know San Francisco won and Arizona ended up winning too, which we'll get to in a little bit. But to keep pace, like that's a huge win. That's a huge win for the Rams.
Would have thought Arizona top of the NFC West halfway through the season.
Dude, crazy, right? Crazy. It feels like a fever dream, man. Oh. All right, we gotta get to Sunday because there's so much to talk about. There's so much to talk about, dude.
So much Sunday football.
Oh my God, let's start with a banger, huh? Let's start with the Ravens Browns. Holy shit!
Famous Jameis.
Holy shit, he's back, dude.
He's back.
Oh my God, dramatic fashion. The Browns win 29-24. They upset the Ravens. I don't know if you heard me. The other week I was like, the Browns, like, watch like Deshaun gets hurt and the Browns are gonna like beat somebody they're not supposed to. This was the game, and I should have freaking followed through on it, dude.
The Browns were almost part of the KBTs, but they were not.
Oh, that would have been good odds too. You probably would have got great odds on that. I mean, you would have teased it.
Like, I think it would have teased, but it was like 9.5. So it would have been.
You'd been fine.
That was one thing about KBTs. Was very, very sweat free, honestly.
I'll say this: if Deshaun Watson ever starts a game for the Browns again, the GM needs to immediately be fired. Everybody needs to be fired if that happens.
Deshaun Watson's gonna have to stay on the team just based on the cap hits, but
if he starts again, there's no justification for it anymore.
Well, they have to keep him for the cap, but like I think if he has insurance. So I think if he doesn't play the rest of this year and he doesn't play like most of next year, they'll save like 40 or 50 million on the cap because of the.
Oh, they're gonna do it then. Oh, that's only if he's hurt.
So
though.
He's probably not gonna play.
Is that only if he's hurt though?
Yeah, if he's hurt and he doesn't play. But they'll probably just like hold him and say he's still.
Yeah, right. They'll send somebody to his house.
I wouldn't be surprised. They do that and then they just eat the cap after next season.
They'll send somebody to his house like
they
massage.
have to keep him next season.
Open up. We have a massage for you, and then just like break his knees.
But also like I don't think the owner and stuff. They don't want to be embarrassed by it. They might play again.
It's an embarrassing look.
Hopefully not.
It's an embarrassing look that you start your backup and he comes in and knocks off one of the best teams in the AFC. It's an embarrassing look.
Yeah, and he also is a little bit of a. He's not as bad as Watson.
What do you mean?
His lady numbers are much lower.
Yeah,
they're still existent.
He's just out there eating W's.
Yeah,
dude, I can't believe it. And he looked good too, didn't he? He looked good. What was his stat?
Yeah,
3 tutties?
I think the epitome of Jameis Winston is on his last drive when like he threw that really bad pass that Kyle Hamilton.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then the next play, he throws a 40-yard
bomb. Yeah, dude.
To fucking Cedric.
That is
the epitome of Jameis Winston.
That is
Jameis to a T.
Yeah, that is. You're 100% right.
Also,
Man,
first time the Browns
dude.
score more than 20 points this year.
Yeah.
They break up like a big losing streak. Like the Browns are no longer poopy team like everyone thinks. Oh,
No.
it's an easy win.
They're
They're
look,
going to be competitive.
on
I mean, they're
paper.
not going to make the playoffs, but they're going to be
No, but
competitive.
on paper they're an 8-win team at least, right? Maybe 9. Like it's probably too late.
Yeah, they were a playoff team last year with Joe Flacco.
Yeah, it's probably a little late to say 9 wins, but like 8 wins is still feasible, I think.
I think it's still on the table.
Yeah.
With the AFC too. AFC is so top heavy.
Yeah, it is. It is. The AFC is very top heavy this
Really
year.
just like the Chiefs and the Bills, honestly.
Yeah.
Like even the Ravens, you can't even say after that loss.
No, I know you can't.
Texans too. I think it's really AFC, in my opinion, is just Bills Chiefs.
Yeah,
I don't
honestly.
think anybody else is
Bill,
really.
it's a Bills.
They're good.
It's a Bills Chiefs collision course at this point.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll be a fun game. I think they play each other in like 4 weeks.
We gotta talk about our team of the week. I mean, I don't want to be.
Team of the week.
I don't want to be a homer or nothing. But I mean, out of all it was either them or the Redskins. Like, come on, be honest. But I had to go. You're gonna make me hope, dude.
The P word?
You're gonna make me hope.
I think the answer is yes.
Don't make me hope, dude. Oh my God. Eagles 37, Bengals 17. Dominant second half for the Eagles. That's what a competent football team looks like. I mean,
all teams.
Dude, that like you saw it in me. Like, I mean, all right, so the Bengals got the ball first. They went on like this beautiful 10-minute drive where they just controlled the football. They were like 7 for 7 on third down, which was insane. They took the lead. And I know the Eagles are still going to get persecuted because their first drive extended into the second quarter. So they again put up a 0 again in the first quarter, which is all right, whatever. Can't really do anything when the other team.
Like, it's also the Bengals. Like, they still scored on their opening.
Yeah, they scored on their opening drive. Yeah, and honestly, that's really
the second quarter.
That's honestly really all I cared about. Like at the end of the day, but so McPherson in the second missed a field goal, and that drive was immaculate in my opinion. Like you had the false start on Devontae that pushes you back to 2nd and 12. You're like, oh fuck, like here we go again. Gets an 11-yard catch on the next play. And then after that, they had the BS unnecessary roughness on Tower Steen. Did you see that? Where he's like trying to get. It was basically like a pile.
That was just a late whistle.
Oh my! It was such a late. Yeah, I couldn't tell on the
That was
broadcast because I didn't have sound. But
the refs had a couple bad calls.
Yeah.
against the Eagles.
But like you have that, it pushes you back to 3rd and 16. AJ gets a 17-yard catch, literally the next play, and then they get in the red zone. And what do? They ran the ball 5 times in a row and they scored a touchdown. And they left 25 seconds on the clock.
Yep.
That's football. That is football.
Yep. That's 2022 Eagles right there.
Yes, dude. And how about Nakobe Dean and Cooper DeJean, man, and Quinyon Mitchell?
Oh my God, that 4th down stop.
Ballers.
Cooper DeJean? Oh my Lord.
Man was flying out there, flying.
Wow. That Devontae Smith touchdown.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, dude, a 3-play drive. When's the
longest of Jalen's career?
When's the last time the Eagles had a 3-play touchdown drive? I don't remember. I don't.
Eagles lead the league in 40-yard plays with 11.
Yeah.
40-yard plus plays.
They're explosive.
They are big play offense. I think people be sleeping on them.
Yeah, and
they're gonna bounce back.
Back to the defense. They're starting to hit on some of their young defensive talent. They really are. Like I don't know how they're gonna
secondary alone. Quinyon and DeJean are phenomenal.
Dude, I don't know how they're gonna fare the rest of 2024, but I can tell you this: like barring injuries, that defense is gonna wreak havoc for like years to come. If they keep playing like that,
falling into the Vic Fangio scheme
yeah.
really well. They've gotten better week to week.
Yeah, and
like arguably their two worst games was week 1.
Yeah,
that's like all the way in Brazil, and the Packers are really good. And then you have the Bucs game.
Yeah, the Bucs game. The Bucs game is bad. The Bucs game is bad.
I think post the Buc games I think the bye came at a perfect time.
Yeah, honestly.
Now they're playing game. They're playing under center.
Oh my God, dude! I literally the Bengals went on that long ass drive, and then the Eagles come out, and I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, the hell am I watching? I'm like, is he under center? I was like, I literally couldn't believe what I was watching. I was like, the fuck is he doing under center? This is amazing. Like, couldn't believe
And
it.
then the play action too. Eagles lead the league right now in EPA per play on play action. Phenomenal.
I don't want to jinx nothing. I don't want to say nothing that might get me in trouble, but things are looking good in Philly right now.
Back on the menu.
They're back on the menu.
Okay, next game.
All right, we'll move on. Let's touch on Colts Texans, which was a very entertaining game. I mean, it's kind of overshadowed by the rest of the day that followed, but it's a very entertaining game. Texans came out on top 23-20.
Anthony Richardson at one point had I think at halftime he had 2 passes completed.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's
for like 87 yards and a touchdown.
He is tough.
He completed 1 screen and then that like 60-yard bomb to down.
Dude, he is tough to watch. He is tough to watch, honestly. Finished. Did you see what he finished though? 10 of 32. Oh my god. I mean, he was sacked 5 times, so like his D-line, his O-line.
Did you see him get out of some of those sacks?
He's like I've never seen someone.
Oh my lord, the dude is so athletic as hell.
I've never seen someone
cannot throw the ball accurately.
I've never seen someone more talented. Yeah, I've never seen someone more talented and less talented at the same time.
It's absolutely nuts.
It's crazy. Like he does the hard things unbelievably well, but
phenomenal.
The easy things it's a
struggle.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think benching him, the Colts right now they're kind of like ahead of schedule on the rebuild.
Yeah. They're like
they need a competent quarterback and they can win. They can be in the playoffs.
Any hope of them being
It just sucks now that they lost twice to the Texans. But honestly, I'm really not that impressed with the Texans. Their offense kind of runs through Mixon. And now
which is fine. I think that's fine.
They only have Tank Dell because Nico Collins is still hurt, but hopefully he'll be back soon.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know, man. I don't think the Texans. They'll probably win the division just because the division sucks.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if they're gonna go far in the
playoffs. I'm with you. I'm with you on that because I don't know if I'm completely sold on Houston yet. I'll tell you what, Joe Mixon has changed their offense though, and there's a reason they're 6-2. So. I'm not saying they're a bad football team. And like you said, yeah, they're probably going to win the division if I had to guess, if I had to put money on it. Mixon does change their offense, though. There's no denying that. The dude's a beast.
They're like everyone loves Stroud and stuff. Honest, they're a run first team. Like if Mixon is rolling, they'll win. If he's not or he's not playing, they're not that good, honestly.
Stroud, honestly, like
people are saying. They're definitely a very overrated team in my opinion.
Stroud is like,
and we'll get to it when we see the KBT.
Stroud's kind of like hit or miss for me at this point. So like the last few weeks, I feel like, and yes, I know that like they've had like one or two
sophomore slump potentially.
A little bit. I think the defenses are starting to crack down on him. Like I don't think he picks up the blitz very well. To be honest, like when he gets blitzed, he's kind of just like freaks out a little bit sometimes. So. Yeah. I think they'll go as far as he carries them, which I mean it's yet to be seen, right? Because we don't know how the playoff matchups are gonna shape out.
Yeah, we'll see, but like depending on who they face, like I could see them going to the divisional. I don't see. Yeah. I don't think they're a Super Bowl team.
No, I at this point I'd have to agree with you. All right, let's move on. Another good one, Packers and Jaguars, which I didn't expect to be a good game.
Very close.
But it ended up being extremely close. Packers came away with a 30-27 lead.
Early.
Yeah. Well, so when did he? I looked over I noticed in the third quarter he was out, but I want to say it was before that.
He got hurt early and was like playing through injury.
Yeah.
And then that's like he threw a pick and he really wasn't playing that well. And then I'm trying to see when exactly he.
So it looks like third quarter with 11:30 left is when Malik Willis came in.
When he got pulled.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't anything. I mean, I think he strained his groin.
It looks like it was mid-drive.
That's never good.
Yeah, and he remained out for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And then the Jaguars started storming back a little bit. They I mean it was like mostly in control. Like the Packers are mostly in control of that game. It felt like anyway. They were up 27-17 in the fourth quarter. Jaguars got a field goal, then they forced a 3-and-out. And then the Jaguars went on it was like a 8-play
87-yard drive.
Yeah, man.
With left it under 2 minutes.
Yeah. It was crazy.
The Packers went down the field and got a game-winning field goal, similar to the last
one. Well, it was that deep bomb to Jayden Reed, which, by the way, the one parlay that I missed by one leg was my touchdown parlay, and I saw Jayden Reed taking off. I'm like, go, you motherfucker, go! I was literally screaming. I was like, run! And then he ran out of bounds, and I'm like, no, they're just gonna take the field goal.
No.
Oh. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny that the Packers finally get a decent kicker, and now in his first 2 games with the team, he has 2 game-winning field goals?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty funny.
Big game next week for the Packers, though, because they play Detroit.
Yeah. And now the Jaguars are. I think they're pretty much cooked. I think their goose is cooked.
I think they're cooked, but it's good to see them play hard for Dougie.
Yeah,
yeah. It's still gonna be a tough game.
It's not a situation where the team is just giving up and they're packing it in halfway through the season.
I mean,
which
if
is
they're
good.
trading away their left tackle and
like your starting left tackle.
They might have lost Brian Thomas. They might be.
It's probably.
But is it the end of Dougie P?
That's yet to be seen. I said he'd be the first one canned, and I was wrong about that already. So.
Well, yeah, that's because you forgot Aaron Rodgers is fucking crazy.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you can't forget about that. You want to go to him now? The crazy
Speaking of, Tony, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but we gotta talk about
Tony.
it. We gotta talk about it.
Memo me the 100 now, please.
Oh no! Oh my!
I'm so sorry.
Dude, being a Jets fan must be the worst.
Oh my god, I couldn't even imagine.
I can't think there must be nothing worse in life than being a Jets fan.
I have little cousins, and they were born into Jets fandom because my uncle is a Jets fan. So the cousin, all my cousins, they're my second cousins. But none of them have been alive for a Jets playoff appearance.
How old are they?
Because the Jets haven't been to the playoffs in 13, 14 years. All of them
so they're
have not lived for a Jets playoff.
So are they? They're not teenagers yet, are they?
They've been alive for almost every other team to make the playoffs, but not the Jets.
Oh Jesus. Oh, New York.
Yeah, I think every other team has made the playoffs besides the Jets in their lifetime, but not the Jets.
The final score from Foxborough, by the way, was 25-22, New England. And I just can't help but think it's done. I think they're done. They're done.
Of course, yes.
I don't think there's any other way to say it. Greg Zuerlein needs to find a different profession. I'd be extremely shocked if he's kicking for the team next week. He had another.
Oh wait! Do you want to hear this crazy stat? I'm sure you probably heard.
Wait, I have the same one written down.
No.
I know I do.
The Jets are the first team in NFL history to lose a game where they scored at least 20 points, didn't turn the ball over, and allowed fewer than 250 yards.
No.
They're one. It's one in 220 times.
It's worse than that. So.
Oh no.
So teams that have allowed, or teams that have scored 20 plus points, allowed 0 turnovers, and allowed less than 250 total yards, are 750-1. When producing that stat line. The one loss was the New York Jets on Sunday versus the New England Patriots.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And Rodgers was only sacked once too.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
No.
That's the worst. That's the worst stat. That's the best. That's the best and worst stat I've ever heard in my entire life.
Terrible. Oh my lord!
It's.
I don't even want to talk about this game. Poor Jets.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts to talk about, dude. It hurts to talk. I mean,
I will say I was watching this with a Pats fan, and he was pretty happy.
Yeah, I mean, hats off, dude. Hats off to Drake May and company.
And Drake May he got hurt. Drake May got hurt.
Oh no, it was Brissett. That's right.
Concussed.
Completely forgot about that.
Concussed on a dirty hit, and they didn't call.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
And they hit him in the head.
Yeah, so
and he played a couple plays, but he was concussed.
Nah, he was
so Jacoby Brissett came in, and they still lost.
Yeah, and they still lost, dude.
Oh my God, poor Jets fans. Pour one out. Moment of silence.
And that's a team that
Jesus.
put up what was it, 3 points against? I forget who they played that one week.
Jets, didn't they play?
Oh yeah,
they
that's what it
shit
was.
the
Yeah,
Jets.
they let up 3 points against him before.
Oh my God.
And then they go to the Foxborough, and it's like, oh hey, we have the same record as you now.
Yeah. Oh my
The
God.
Jets and the Patriots have the same record. It's week 9.
Jesus Christ.
Oh Lord.
Rest in peace.
I
Pour one out for Tony. Get him a drink. Jesus.
I don't have much more to say about that than it's Jover.
It's all Jover.
It's
now.
all Jover,
Jesus.
man. All right, let's talk about something happy, I guess. Let's talk. Unless you're a Titans fan, let's talk about the
Lions.
Yeah, we'll touch on that one real quick, dude.
Hey, it was actually competitive in the first.
Dude,
for a bit there, it was 14-14.
At one point, Mason Rudolph was on pace for 600 passing yards. Like into the second quarter, he was on pace for 600 passing
Calvin
yards.
Ridley had over 100 receiving yards in the first
dude,
quarter.
it was crazy. Dude, Dan how much of a madman is Dan Campbell for calling that?
Dude,
that
he's nuts.
That David Montgomery passing play to Amon-Ra.
Yeah. Oh
that
my
was
God.
that was extremely funny.
I love Dan Campbell.
He's a nut.
Do you like how? Have you seen Jared Goff's final stat line?
Oh, I'm sure it was insane.
12 for 15.
Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say
3 touchdowns and 85 passing yards.
Oh my God, dude, they ran
and
it.
the team scored 52 points.
Well, you want to know why it was? I don't know how much of that game you watched, but the Titans special teams was booty cheeks. Like,
oh yeah.
So they had Khalif Raymond had a 90-yard punt return, but I saw
at 190 yards return.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw on like at least 2 other instances where he set them up within the Titans like 40-yard line.
Yeah, it was short field.
Like the Titans, like yeah, they had like they made it easy on him, and they had a couple turnovers too with short fields. So like the Lions honestly just had like no yards to gain. Like that's what it was. And besides that, they just ran the ball. So like Gibbs had 127 yards. Montgomery only finished with 33. Yeah, so really, wait, how many total yards did they have? Oh my, they had
not that much.
They had 225 total yards.
Total yards.
I gotta look that up. Is that like teams that have scored?
Lord.
That has to be the lowest total yardage for a team that scores
lowest
50.
Yard total to score 50 plus.
Yeah, that has to be.
Oh my Lord.
I would not be surprised if that was the case at all.
Dude, they hit the overall by themselves. Crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's enough.
Let's touch on let's go ATL TB. Let's go Falcons Bucks. Because that was a fun one, and the Bucks actually ended up making it close at the end. So Atlanta ended up winning 31-26, and they led for most of that game.
Yeah. Kate Otten had a really good game. Kyle Pitts.
Kate Otten, man, yeah, National Tight End Day, balling out.
Dude, how does? Oh, sorry, I'll let you go.
What?
National Tight End Day.
Oh yeah, man, National Tight End Day. Kate Otten was balling out.
Well, I was talking about he did. I was talking about Kyle Pitts. He also balled out, but like,
bro,
do you think he scored the touchdown?
I don't think he did, but I don't think that you could have overturned it.
How does the NFL at this point
where's the pylon
not
camera?
have a fucking camera?
Dude, where is the
on the line?
Where's
the pylon cam?
Like, dude, we know there's a pylon.
Not even
cam.
the pylon. Why do you not have cameras?
Yeah,
there?
why don't you just have
how debatable is this?
Like, why don't you just have a guy like down the line? Like, I don't understand. Like that.
Did you see Belichick's comments on this?
No. What'd he say?
Belichick was like,
probably wasn't
why
happy
don't they
about
have a camera there? They definitely have money. If like they don't have money, let's do a car wash to get the NFL money to have the proper cameras at the side.
It's insane, dude. It's insane.
Get a car wash.
He's probably like
fundraiser.
Oh, the NFL needs a camera there.
I love Bill.
The NFL needs a camera.
Bill post retirement is hysterical.
Yeah, he's doing freaking advertisements now for like Booking.com or whatever.
Dude, he's hysterical.
He's like Booking.com, Booking. Yeah.
Yeah. He's living the life, man.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Yeah, dude. Kirk Cousins, that stat line: 275, 4 tutties.
Yep,
Darnell Mooney had a big game. Kyle Pitts had a
Mooney,
big game,
boy.
of course. Yeah, that's a big win for Atlanta.
Drake London kind of quiet, but
yeah. But that's a big win for
Big
Atlanta.
win for the Falcons.
Yeah, they're 5-3, so now they're in first
2-0
place
against the Bucks,
in
which
that
is like
division.
arguably their only competition in the division.
Oh yeah, no,
They should be running away now.
I think it's clearly a two-headed race at this point,
especially with the Bucks injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have such a big. Now they're 2-0 against the Bucks.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge.
That's huge.
Which is another reason why I picked Tampa, because I was like, those teams usually split. Like one team doesn't usually beat the other one twice, so that's another reason I picked.
You picked against the KBTs twice now.
No, I picked them straight up. Oh wait, yeah, no.
Yeah, but like I had Atlanta +4.
Yeah, they could have covered that.
Because I thought Atlanta was gonna win.
I didn't say it wouldn't have been close. I thought it was gonna be a close game. What if the Bucks won by 3? Oh, yeah. Go check the tape. I never said that was a bad pick. I never said that was a bad pick.
I don't know why you would take it. Whatever.
Never. What else happened at 1 o'clock? Oh yeah, dude. Cardinals Dolphins. The comeback kings.
Game at the witching hour.
The comeback kings.
Comeback kings. Kyler
Crazy.
Murray.
Dude, that's Chad.
He was so excited. He went to go play some Black Ops 6 right after the game.
Yeah, he was like.
He loves his Call of Duty.
So exciting.
He made this. Have you seen him on Twitter? Because like you know how everyone always says like Kyler Murray's fantasy production drops off.
Yeah, and
Call of Duty gets released. And he's just been like, he like called Sleeper because Sleeper posted a stat about it. He called Sleeper the Temu of fantasy football.
That's pretty funny.
He's ripping people on Twitter for the Call of Duty stuff. It's honestly hilarious.
Yeah, man, he's gonna go play Black Ops 6, which I didn't even know about Black Ops. Did you even know about Black Ops 5? Like,
no, I didn't even know about.
I didn't even know about that. I thought they.
I didn't even know. I kind of remember.
I played Black Ops. Well, I played obviously Black Ops, and then I played 2. I played 3.
Black Ops 2.
I played 3 and 4.
COD was Black Ops 2. I don't think I played anything post that.
I played 3 and 4 too, so I know about 4. But I was like, bro, when they just skip 5 because like the 6 is so good. Like,
yeah, maybe they just skipped 5.
I didn't know about it. I thought for a hot second there that Miami was back, like where they were right down the field in their first 2 drives.
Oh yeah, so did I.
Took an early 10-0 lead. Honestly, I don't think they really did too bad. Like the Dolphins scored on 5 of their 8 drives, so like I don't think they did that bad. The snap that went off into his hands though, like that's a bad mistake.
That's a bad look.
That's a bad look because like he should have caught that ball in my opinion. I think it was a little high, but like dude hit him right in the hands, like
yeah,
you know.
Devon Achane, first player to score a touchdown with a Guardian cap.
Dude, don't even tell me about Devon Achane. He fucked me last week.
He screwed me too.
He robbed me 450 last week. I don't think the Guardian cap does shit, man, because I saw Derrick Henry run a motherfucker over, and he got knocked out of the he got the stretcher, the whole treatment. Literally, dude, Derrick Henry trucked this guy, stole his soul, and then it was like, take your cap off. Like it doesn't matter. I don't think that matters, but I think what does matter is that Tyreek Hill clearly needs Tua Tagovailoa to succeed in any sort of capacity.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think one can succeed without the other.
Well, I think Tyreek Hill can concede with any competent quarterback. The problem they had no competent.
They had no competent quarterback, yeah, and they had no, yeah, exactly. Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison, man, that's a duo right there. That's a legitimate. That's a legitimate duo in football.
He's a top 3 tight end in football right now. Arguably number 1. I think it's probably him.
It's Kittle right now.
Brock Bowers, honestly, and then I think Kittle's number 1.
Yeah.
I think him.
Bowers. Yeah, honestly, you probably put Bowers at 2, at least this year. Like.
No, I think you put McBride at 2 because he's proven it for longer. But I think Bowers is.
Well, I mean, this is McBride's best.
Well, I heard a take from my Patriots friend. He thinks that all said and done, Brock Bowers will have a better career than Travis Kelce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's his hot take. I was like, do you think the Raiders are gonna really win 3+ Super Bowls? And he said it not including Super Bowl.
Yeah. Probably not.
He's a Pats fan. He's not as high on Kelce. He's big. Gronk is the best.
Jason Cuba wants to hear my thoughts on his trade offer. So I'll ask you.
Okay, here.
All right, so the trade is I would be giving up Justin Jefferson and Zach Moss for Amon-Ra St. Brown and who's the other fucking guy offered me? We literally had a phone call about this earlier.
Zach Moss and Justin Jefferson for Amon-Ra and
Chubb. So my running backs
Oh,
are
what's your record?
4-4, and he's 3-5.
4-4.
So I have my
That's
RB.
a pretty fair offer, honestly.
My
I
R-
think I'd take it.
Yeah, my RB2 is Austin Eckler, so I desperately need, or / Zach Moss, so I desperately need another running back.
If that's your RB2, I'd smack the.
And then my wide receiver room is Jettas, Drake London, Tyler Lockett,
I'd smack accept.
and Devontae Adams.
If you're listening, Matt is a fool if he doesn't accept that offer.
I'm fielding another offer, which I wasn't supposed to tell him, but if he's still listening, then
being negotiable.
Yes,
I don't see how there could be a better offer than that.
It's a good offer. We talked about it.
I want to hear this other offer.
We talked. No, that's confidential.
Can't hear that one.
No.
Damn. But if I was in Matt's shoes and I don't know this other offer, I would have already accepted.
All right. Well,
take that solace, Cuba. I'm helping you out. I think that's a very fair offer. Honestly, I think you're giving up too much.
How? Jettas is wide receiver 2 in that league. It's no.
Dude, but like Amon-Ra, you don't have the bye anymore. Like
So?
Jefferson, you're gonna lose for a week because of the bye.
So it's Justin Jefferson.
And Amon-Ra is like I think not that.
It's literally Justin
downside
Jefferson
versus
now.
The upgrade you're gonna get from Chubb from Moss because Moss is getting phased out of the offense.
The Browns O line is still shitty.
Your RB2 is an RB2 on the other team versus you have Chubb who's an RB1 on their team.
It's fair. It's fair.
I think that's such a big upgrade on RB that makes up for the slight downgrade at receiver.
No, I mean
not even that big of a downgrade because Amon-Ra is still really, really good.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it PPR?
No. That's
standard.
That's another thing. So Jettas is number 2 in that league.
No, I still think that's fair.
I mean, no, I'm not saying it's not a fair offer.
Even if it is standard, I still think that's a good offer.
I think it's a very good offer. Yeah, when we were talking about it.
I'd still accept.
All right, let's move on here. Because we got 4 o'clock action.
Accept my offer while you're at accepting offer.
Thinking about it. We'll touch on some not so important ones. Saints and Chargers.
A little rundown of the fast one.
Saints, Chargers.
Chargers. Kind of lame.
No.
Chargers smoked them. Saints played dirty though. They had a dirty little hit on Herbert.
Yeah.
Lad McConkey went off.
Dude, Lad McConkey. That's got to be the best name in football.
That's a phenomenal name.
Dude, Lad McConkey sounds like somebody that they honor at like Yankee Stadium during the 7th inning stretch.
Do you realize what the game is next week for the Saints?
No.
It's the Panthers.
Saints Panthers?
Do you remember our deal we made in week 1?
No, what was it?
Of who finishes last in the division.
Oh shit, you're right.
If the Panthers.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Bets in place.
Yeah, dude. All right, so we're hammering the Saints and you're hammering the Panthers. Is that the implication?
I'm hammering the Panthers. I hope. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're going to.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
No way.
Oh boy.
Should I be worried?
Go back to when Matt said the Saints were gonna win the division, and I called them an mad head.
Hey, I looked.
Episode 1.
I looked like a
that
genius.
That was the worst pick you could have chosen.
I look like a genius, man. I look like a genius. Do you know what week we made that bet?
You look. Before even week 1 started.
Oh yeah, it's true.
And we made that on the Friday night for the Brazil after the Brazil game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I got blasted at the Irish.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe before.
I remember that. No, because I wasn't drunk that night because I had to drive home.
I was.
Forgot about it. I have that in my notes though. I definitely do. Chargers were good. Lad McConkey was good. Saints are still trying to figure out who's going to play quarterback with Derek Carr remaining out.
Derek Carr should be back soon.
Well, you saw a little bit of both of them. Rattler and
they pulled Rattler.
Yeah, they pulled Rattler. Yeah, because he was.
Throw back to like all the preseason rumors being like, oh, they really like Rattler. No. Like he's gonna.
Those people are stupid. Stupid. Bills and Seahawks. Pretty disappointing effort.
Phenomenal.
Pretty disappointing effort from Seattle, in my opinion.
Deion Coleman. Did you see that touchdown?
Bills won. Dude, that was nuts. That was crazy. Bills won this one easy. It was 31-10. So, Not really even competitive.
Yeah, SmackDown, very relaxing leg of the KBTs.
Yeah, didn't have to sweat that one at all. I texted you and you're like, oh, it's not over yet. I'm like, what are you talking about? We're looking great.
Dude, honestly, it's just because
It
Aaron
was like
suggested,
12,
I was
bro.
very worried about the over.
No,
I
the
got
other
really
leg,
nervous at
the
the
other
over.
leg was
Nerves
you had like under 50 and a half, wasn't it, right?
Yeah, I did have the under, but I was just nervous the game would just blow up. I don't know. I was nervous.
I mean, it blew up.
I didn't want to count my chickens before the eggs hatch.
That's true. It's fair. It's fair.
Granted, in hindsight, it was a very comfortable KBT.
Yes.
Sweat. I just sweat for no reason.
Chiefs and Ravens. Nope, Chiefs and Raiders.
Raiders. Honestly, Chiefs low-key could have lost that game, but like they're just phenomenal. The Chiefs remind me so much of like Brady's Pats, where they're like don't look that good sometimes.
But like you just know they're gonna win.
Need to be good. They're phenomenal.
Yeah,
and
like
you just know they're gonna win.
It's like you just know they're going to win.
Not fair. I hate it.
Yeah.
Please, to the love of God,
Dude.
anyone.
Oh my God.
Anyone, just don't give them the 3-peat. Please.
All I hear is now
this season was so exciting. I don't want it to end in the inevitable Chiefs 3-peat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so annoying now because like Mahomes actually had a decent game, and they're like, "Oh, he's back! He's back!" I'm like, dude, shut up! Like, he's not MVP, not even close to MVP. He's not even in my top 5.
He leads the league in interceptions.
It's crazy, man. He threw another one, yeah, and he threw another pick.
I know.
He
threw another one.
He's had so many games in a row with an interception. It's like,
well, the one interception this game wasn't his fault.
I don't care. He fucking threw it.
But either way, you can't do that.
It's on the stat sheet, man.
Still 7-0.
Kelsey balled out.
If you look at their schedule, bro,
is it?
They could easily go undefeated.
Let me see. Let me pull it up.
Their schedule's so easy. Honestly, they're the only 2 games that they might lose. Is like they play the Bills.
All right, home against the Bucks. All right, here I got it. Home against the Bucks.
Oh, you got it.
Home against the Bucks, probably a win. Home against the Broncos. Broncos could give them trouble because they still have to play Denver twice with that defense. So I think they could lose against Denver. In fact, I think they might. I think they'll lose against Denver. I think that'll be 1 loss. At Buffalo.
I don't know though.
At Buffalo.
The only game to me that I feel like is like a legitimate coin toss.
At Buffalo.
Is Chiefs Bills.
Yeah.
At Buffalo.
And then they're at Carolina. That's a win.
They're the boogeyman.
Home against the Raiders. That's a win. Home against the Chargers. That's probably a win. At Cleveland. Probably a win.
At Steelers, maybe.
At Steelers, yeah, that could give them some trouble. Home against the Texans. Still probably a win at this point. And then at Denver. So I think they're still looking. They could lose 2 or 3 of those, I think.
Hopefully.
But even then, you're still at 14-3, and you're 99% of the way there to the 1 seed. So I don't think it really matters.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like for the 1 seed, Chiefs. That Chiefs Bills game will probably determine the 1 seed.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
That's gonna be a huge.
All right, last one before we talk about the main event.
That's Sunday night. Oh, it's not.
No, dude. Panthers and Broncos. This was a comfortable win. It was a comfortable win for Denver.
They had good opening drive.
Sean Payton was like unloading the playbook against the Panthers.
Dude,
did you see that?
Mad at the Panthers.
Dude, he like
they ran like a fake field goal.
He faked a punt. They were up like 28-7 with like.
Oh, he faked a punt too.
So he faked a punt. They were up like 28-7 with like 10 minutes to go. Did they fake a field goal too?
Yeah, they faked a field goal.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So and then they faked a field goal on 4th down with the same score, and there was like 4.5 minutes left. Yeah, was it the one where Cortland Sutton threw it?
Who does Sean Payton hate on the Panthers?
Oh, so maybe the fake punt I thought was the fake field goal.
Oh, you thought it was a punt?
I thought because it said in the stat sheet that Riley Dixon threw it, but I think now in retrospect it was a fake field goal. So yeah, they had the fake field goal, and then they went for it on 4th down with 4.5 to go, with up 21 still.
Why?
They had like Cortland Sutton threw it. Yeah. Well, dude, I think it's because like Carolina faked the punt in the 3rd quarter, so like maybe Sean Payton just took that personally. I don't know, but like
I guess so.
They were down 3 scores at that point. Like for them, it makes sense. I don't know, man. Bryce Young got the start for the Panthers. He did throw 2 touchdowns.
He looked good on the first drive.
But he did throw 2 more.
That, not really.
Yeah, he threw 2 more interceptions. Did I say 28-7? I meant 28-14. Was the final. Don't look now. But the Broncos are 5-3 and wild card 1 in the AFC.
Wow.
Bo Nix.
Yeah, AFC is very weird this
Bo
year.
Nix. Don't look now.
Bo Nix low-key been playing really well.
Don't look now.
I mean, obviously, Jayden Daniels getting the spotlight, but
Yeah. Speaking of.
well, as deserved.
Speaking of.
Oh, my Lord.
What?
Oh, my
So
Lord.
where were you when the shit went down? Where were you?
I was in New York this weekend. I watched the 1 o'clock window with my boys, and then I got stuck at the train station because Trump delayed all the trains at Penn Station. So I was waiting, and I watched most of the 4 o'clock window on the floor at Secaucus. And I watched the rest on the train back to my home, to my apartment. And then right when I got back, I pulled up the game on my laptop because it was the last game left, so I had to turn Red Zone off.
Yeah, right.
And I was sitting with my girlfriend.
I do the same thing.
And then all of a sudden, I had Bears spread, and I'm in a pick'em spread league.
Okay.
So I had Bears spread,
yeah.
And I was like, oh, thank God they covered. Let's go. Commanders get a loss, obviously Eagles fan.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching that last drive, and they score the Hail Mary, and I'm like, holy shit, oh my God, fuck. I get a text from Biggers, Jayden Daniels is him.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my Lord. And, my phone's blowing up. I text Aaron being like, how are you doing? He's like, oh. It was, oh my God, that was insanity.
So,
and then did you see you obviously saw then the one defender during the play is taunting the
Tyreek Stevenson.
And it was his responsibility to be back there to get it in case.
So there's a video for those who didn't see.
You know what play that reminded me of? I mean, no one else in this podcast is going to know it.
Which play?
But that Griffin Turkey Bowl touchdown. Dude, that honestly was the first thing I thought of.
I did not think you were going to go to Turkey Bowl, bro.
That was the first thing I thought of.
Oh my God.
The Turkey Bowl, the big year for Turkey Bowl, when we were all seniors in high school, was when I think Jason threw it and it.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I want to say Dylan's hands.
Yeah, and right into Griffin.
Knocked back to Griffin.
Yeah.
And caught it for the touchdown.
For the Warriors,
that
baby.
Honestly, was the thing that reminded me of that play.
Willow Warriors. I remember that.
That was the first thing to come to my mind.
Bro, so Tyreek Stevenson, for those who didn't see the video, I wish we could have it up right now, but there's a video of this guy who's sitting corner end zone filming the last play. And even after the ball was snapped, he's up there just he's looking at the crowd. And he's hyping it, and then mid-play he realizes, oh shit, there's a football game going on. Sprints over to where the play is. And it looked like on the replay, I don't know if you saw it, but it looked like on the replay, his hand actually tipped the ball up.
It was his hand. It was his hand that hit it up.
So there were a bunch, it was a huge mosh there, but it really looked like he got his hand in there and had an influence on the ball going up and over the pile and right into Noah Brown's hands. And and then like you said, Matt Eberflus told reporters on Monday that Stevenson was responsible for covering Noah Brown on that Hail Mary. So it's just crazy.
Terrible.
I mean, it's a little wild game. I feel like Washington had multiple opportunities to put that game away.
Washington felt like the Bears stole the game at the end.
Oh yeah, I felt the same way. I felt the same way.
That whole fridge play with their
my God,
bro, what are you doing?
Bro,
what are you doing?
I mean, throughout the first half, the Bears defense did remain stout. Even though Washington was moving the ball, so they held them to three field goals on their first 4 drives, right? So at least the Bears defense was keeping them in. The only life Chicago really had was on that nasty 60 or 56-yard touchdown by Swift, right? Up until that Swift touchdown, the Bears had I think it was 93 net yards or something. They were looking terrible. At one point. Where I have this written
phenomenal
down.
For the under, but they were looking
at one point, Caleb Williams' stat line, I'm pretty sure in the late third or early fourth quarter, his stat line was 415 for 36 yards. I mean, he finished the game out by going 6-9, which nice, but my goodness, that offense looked incompetent.
Honestly, the Commanders' defense, for how much shit they got at the beginning of the year, they've been getting better.
Yeah, and that's that's a tough. They played a tough team. They played a tough offense. The Bears have been relatively good on offense as of recently. But I still think, arguably, I think the Bears. Actually, I don't even think it's arguably anymore. I think they have a top 5 defense in this league. Legitimately, they have a top 5 defense. They have a great defense. So yeah, so in the second half, the Commanders punted, then they had the blocked field goal, and then they punted 2 more times. What really impressed me though was that the Bears going 84 yards down the field with 4 minutes to go, just to give the ball to their linebacker at the goal line. That was wild, dude.
Yeah, so stupid.
They're at the
How
1 yard
effective they've been
line.
doing with Roshan Johnson at the
Oh
1 yard
my
line.
god!
What are you thinking there?
Like there's no
That's a play you run like when you're up by like 2 or 3 scores
yes.
against like a division rival.
Oh my
That's not a
god!
play you run at the end of it, like when you're down.
When you're losing, like it's just crazy to me. So yeah, they give the ball to their linebacker at the goal line. They fumble it. They give it back to Washington, which was pretty funny. But yeah, I mean the Bears waited to the very end for their offense to come alive. It was an impressive last drive though, and I was thinking the same thing you were. I was like, wow, the Bears are about to steal this game. Yeah, they're gonna steal this game, and then holy shit! I mean, my dad immediately said, he was like, oh, I thought there was holding on that play. There's no way that Daniels had that much time to throw. But I went back and looked at it. I thought it was pretty clean, to be honest.
Yeah, it was like ticky tacky if they called it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
You could argue there's holding in every play in the NFL.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, I have numbers for you from our good Commanders fan, Aaron. He was ecstatic after this game, so he gave me some numbers.
Of course.
First number, 12.79. The number of seconds Jayden Daniels scrambled.
Yeah.
First touchdown with over 10 seconds of scramble time in the NFL. I don't know if that's this season.
That's
or
probably
ever,
this season.
But
that's probably this season.
That's what I got.
That's definitely this season.
Okay, 40.7 number of scramble yards Jayden ran before leaving the ball. 65.9 number of air yards for the completion. Second most air yards of any completion since that stack has been tracked, only behind Baker Mayfield at the end of the first half to cut his own deficit to 14 in a game that led to a loss. Less impressive. 2, number of quarterbacks that have gone through an 8-game stretch with 200 passing yards, 50 rushing yards. I guess an average of 200 passing yards, 50 rushing yards, and a 70% completion percentage. Only company is MVP Lamar. I don't know which MVP Lamar season, but one of those. 1, number of games since the 70s, in which ended with a game-winning touchdown as time expired. No way.
What?
I don't trust that one. What about the Rodgers one in Detroit?
That's false. That's fake news.
I think that's fake news, right?
That's fake news,
Sorry,
Aaron.
I'm calling you out. Fake news.
We're not about fake news on this podcast.
I don't know. I want to see statistics. I don't think that's right. Anyway, 16 number of days until Eagles Commanders on Thursday night.
Yeah.
10 toes in standing on business.
Man, that's gonna be a good football game.
Stats.
That's gonna be a good football game.
That one stat I don't believe though. I don't think that's right.
No, I don't either.
I don't think that's right.
What a game though. I think.
What a game though.
Arguably game of the year. Definitely gonna be on my list. Definitely gonna be top 3 at this point.
For sure.
Oh yeah, has to be.
I mean, overall, it's a pretty ugly game, but like the ending was.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you like defense, it was a pretty good game.
Defensively, it was a very
save the performance by Caleb Williams, because I actually thought he played pretty shitty. Regardless of the outcome, I thought he played pretty poorly. All right, we got 2 more. Let's wrap it up real quick. We'll go to Sunday night first. Cowboys, Niners. Final score from that one. Why is this not in chronological order? There we go. 30-24. 30-24.
The score is closer than the game would indicate.
Yeah, I mean, well, Dallas had a 10-6 lead at the half, and I think what they were doing was they were controlling the football. And I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but hey, guess what they did this week? Dalvin Cook on the roster. Guess what they did better this week? They ran the football better. So, like, I don't know. Yes, they did. And look,
it's a hospital.
So the box score won't tell you that, because they were down by so much in that third quarter that they had to start throwing the football. But if you look at those first half stats, it just seems like he brought another element. Look, his stat line was 6 rushes for 12 yards. I'm not going to blow this out of proportion by saying that is game changing by any means, but I think it just brought a different element to the field. Gives the opponents another play to account for, right? He's a different type of running back than Rico Dowell. Rico Dowell is more of like a power
I
back.
think you sound a lot like John right now. I think you're really giving the Cowboys props.
I'm telling you,
they don't deserve.
Oh no, I mean their defense is still shitty, and they have a bottom 5.
Their
secondary.
running game is shitty too.
It got better.
19 carries as a team for 56 yards.
It got better because they were throwing the ball. They were
throwing
the ball the whole game.
Yeah, but if you're up 10-3 at half, you gotta be running better than that.
10-6.
10-6. Either way, you're up at halftime.
Yeah. I mean,
there's no excuse.
It didn't help that. It did.
Back through 2 picks.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't help.
Both bad.
It didn't help that the Niners went right down the field and scored. Then the Cowboys threw it 3 times, went 3 and out. Then the Niners went right down the field and scored again. Then they ran the ball for 6 yards and then proceeded to throw it twice. Kicked it. They went another 3 and out. And then the 49ers went right down the field and scored again. So if you're telling me that they should have ran the ball more, yeah, they should have. That should give you your answer right there. That should give you.
I don't know how you're saying they ran it well.
They should have because if you watch the game, if you look at the first half, what they did well was they had a good mix of play calling. I'm saying their numbers aren't going to jump off the stat sheet because I realize the numbers weren't that good. But go look at that third quarter. They ran the ball 1 time in the third quarter, and what was the score of the third quarter? 21-0 49ers.
21-0.
And they had 3 possessions. So there's your answer. They should have ran the ball more. And by that time it was too late. You had to throw the ball. What about Isaac Guerrero, man? I don't know where the 49ers keep getting these running backs, but
just the Shanahan system.
They be getting them, man. They be getting them running backs. So it's a big win for the 49ers because they keep pace. They keep pace with the Cardinals. Never thought I'd be saying that. Yeah, if the 49ers lost this game,
Cardinals have the tiebreaker.
They'd be 3-5. Yeah, the Cardinals have the tiebreaker and they're a game up. Crazy. Cowboys lose their 3rd in a row.
Remember, the Rams are only a game down, but they had their bye week, and the Rams also have the tiebreaker over the Niners.
Yeah, they do currently. You're right. Yeah, they do.
Niners are not in a good spot. You gotta hope
they just gotta keep winning. They have to keep winning at this point. All right, let's quickly.
Hopefully, comes back after their bye. They're on bye this week.
Let's quickly touch on Monday night because Kyle thinks that game is exciting. I personally don't. I mean, granted, I was watching the World Series last night. I was watching my hopes and dreams get crushed.
That must have been really exciting.
Oh no, it wasn't. I haven't even looked.
You think it's over tonight?
I haven't even looked. I've shut my. Well, I watched a little.
Let's look it up.
Let's
see.
No, don't. I don't want to know.
You're not gonna like it.
No, probably not. What was I gonna say? Steelers 26, Giants 18.
Oh, it's only the first? Oh my lord.
Fuck you.
You're not gonna like it.
Shut up. Alright, I have to look.
2-0 to the first.
Yeah, it just started.
They hit on another homer.
2-0. God damn it. Alright, say your piece about this Giants Steelers game.
Tyrone Tracy ran really well. The Giants low-key looked competent, and honestly, I mean, the Steelers kept shooting themselves in the foot in the red zone. The Giants' red zone D, honestly, low-key was really good. If you hadn't seen it, there was the one, I don't remember if this was in the second quarter or it was early in the first, but George Pickens had like a touchdown. But
yeah, there was an offensive face mask, right?
Didn't touch.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
His 1 foot.
Bro,
did not touch the ground. It was a great call by the
it was. So we were
because that was the closest non-touchdown I've ever seen.
We were obviously watching the Yankees last night, but my buddy who's a Steelers fan was over, and we had the game on for him on my laptop, and he's like, Matt, look at this play. I'm like, what? So yeah, he gets the 1 foot down and his foot literally levitating in the. I'm like, how did his other foot not come down? Crazy.
It was in the second quarter.
Yeah, it was
nuts how
it was crazy.
Anyway, the Steelers really kind of opened the game up. It was really close. I think it was tied at half. But then
I think so. I think you're right.
The the Giants let up a punt return touchdown at the beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah.
Like, relatively
And
early
then
in the third quarter.
Calvin Austin had the punt return, and then he also had
And then he also had a
touchdown
touchdown when
catch
they had a
from
touchdown
Russ.
drive.
Yeah, later in the
But
game.
honestly, like, the Giants low key were in it throughout. I mean, Daniel Jones had the bad they called like a really stupid
Oh my god,
like 2-point play. Oh my
dude,
god, that
what
was
the
so
fuck
dumb.
was that? He was pissed.
That was
Jones
so
was pissed
dumb.
about that for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, well,
Dude, it
I
was
can imagine
terrible.
why, but crazy,
But
man.
anyway, the it was so bad. There was so like Russell Wilson fumbles the ball. Like, so the Giants kick a field goal.
Yeah.
There's about how much time was left? There's 5 minutes left in the game. Giants kick a field goal. They're down by whatever. I think they're down by 9 or 8. Yeah, they're down by 8 because
Okay.
of the stupid 2-point play.
Yeah.
But then Russell fumbles. Like, the Giants pass rush was getting after him. He fumbles and like in field goal range, and then the Giants get the ball. Tyron Tracy gets concussed, and then Daniel Jones gets sacked, and T.J. Watt forces a fumble, and basically the
Yeah.
Steelers won because of that.
Fitting.
Actually, not even. Then the Giants forced a punt, which one thing that broadcasters didn't bring up, but I caught, was at the end of during this punt, they got like a first down.
Yeah.
The Giants put at 2:47, the Giants call their first timeout, and it's 2nd and 3. They do a penalty with too many men on the field, so the Steelers get a first down at the 49.
Okay.
But it stopped. Like, the clock has been stopped because of the timeout. So because of that, the Giants used their other 2 timeouts. They used first down timeout, second down timeout, third down. You get the 2-minute warning.
Okay.
So you got the ball back with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, it was like 140
obviously
something.
Daniel Jones threw an interception.
Yeah, right. I saw
But
that.
honestly, like, I think that they didn't bring it up on the broadcast, but him purposely putting too many men on the defense, be able to do that, to use the timeout.
Big brain.
Because it's 2nd and 3. Like, obviously they're going to get it first.
Yeah, right.
I mean, based on how the run game had been going, I think that was really smart by Dable.
Interesting.
Or the defensive coordinator, whoever did that. But I think they didn't pick up on the broadcast. I caught it. I thought that was a really smart play by the Giants. I mean, granted, they lost because Daniel Jones sucks, but very smart.
The Giants offense is the Giants are in disarray. If it's not a lack of production, it's
honestly
turnovers.
They were fine. It just the end of the game with the turnovers kind of blew them up. Tyron Tracy ran phenomenal.
Yeah, he did.
Was going really
well.
He did. Malik Neighbors the Giants also got killed by penalties. They had a lot of really bad penalties.
Oh, excuse me. They did have a sloppy game. They had 11 accepted penalties.
The Giants, honestly, low key should have won the game, in my opinion, just from watching.
Field goals.
I know some people might say that.
Don't win your games.
Should have covered. I really wanted them to cover.
Field goals don't win you games, unfortunately. All right, let's. What do you got? You got another winner for us or what? Because I'd be really excited if you did. I want to know what Kyle's betting in week 9.
I know what it is, but I gotta put it in the.
I know what it is.
Sign in and do the split.
I know what it is.
You don't know what it is.
I don't know shit.
I gotta log in.
Oh, you placed it already?
Oh, I'm doing it now.
What do you mean you're doing it now?
I always do it like right on the show. I officially place it in case like I change my mind on something.
Oh, you officially place it. Okay.
Officially place it.
I'm gonna say this is he's done his research, guys. He's actually been putting effort into it.
I did do my research this time. Like,
this isn't your wake up. This isn't your bet where you wake up, you scratch your ass, and you go to the bathroom, and then you place a bet.
No, they have research. No. All right.
Dun 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 dun.
Okay, I got him.
All right, it's here.
All right, let me just log in so I can place it.
Oh, we're losing daylight here. Ah,
all right, whatever. I know what it is. I just go through it real quick. So the first one, we're going to Thursday Night Football
again.
This one, honestly, I'm really not confused, but I really agree with Vegas's line here. They do it where But the line right now is Jets are favored by 1.5.
Which is strange.
And then,
Which is strange.
which I think it's kind of a sucker's bet. Because as I said earlier, I personally think the Texans are overrated. And as I said at the previous podcast, TJ Stroud really low key struggles in games against tough pass defenses on the road. And the Jets are still a tough pass defense. I know they're. I have to look at what exactly they rank, but they're fair enough. They're pretty good. Um, However, with the way the Jets have been like collapsing, I cannot confidently put on the Jets. Maybe if the Jets were plus 1.5, I would do it because I think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be a very ugly game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Week.
I agree with
think
that.
the over-under is inflated because of it being the Texans and people think that they're good. So give me the under.
Oh.
Which will give me under 49. The line's at 42, and at least on the book that I'm using, and it will be under 49.
Under 49, okay.
I think it's going to be ugly. I think it's going to be tight.
Interesting. I thought you were about to take Jets plus the touchdown
I
there.
was thinking about it, but I really don't like Jets plus 6. I think I rather Jets plus 7.5.
I agree with you on that.
KBT's rules of it being a 7-8 teaser.
Fair enough.
But if Jets were plus 1.5, I probably would take the Jets.
I agree with that.
That's the first.
I like that.
The second one, which is it depends on the book, but my book's giving me Atlanta minus 2.5, so it's going to be Atlanta plus 5.5 against the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are crap. I think they are very doo-doo. They cannot run the ball. They are CeeDee Lamb reliant. I think the Falcons' offense is going to run through the Cowboys because the Niners' offense did, and they're injured to hell. They lost Debo in that game. They have no Brandon Ayuk.
They still put up 30.
They have no Christian McCaffrey, and they still put up 30.
Yeah.
So I think
Garendo came in there and just punished them.
I like Falcons plus 5.5. The Cowboys win. The Cowboys are going to win close.
Yeah.
So I like 5.5.
I like that. I like that.
That's the next leg. Next is Bengals minus 0.5. So basically Bengals money line. The Bengals are 0-4 at home. They're not going to be 0-4 at home. The Raiders are reeling. They had a really bad, heartbreak loss against the Chiefs, a game that they honestly should have won. Obviously the Chiefs were really clutch, but they got a goal line stand. They were being really dumb with some of their plays and stuff. But I think they're going to be worn out from that Chiefs loss, and I don't see how the Bengals are going to lose another game at home.
All right.
Especially when they're really desperate.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Bengals money line.
Okay.
I'd be kind of shocked if they lose this game.
I would be surprised.
The Bengals are cooked. But they probably already are.
Yeah.
And the next game is, as you can see, Kelly Green. I like the Eagles at plus minus 1.5, minus 0.5, which is Eagles money line. The Jags, they lost Christian Kirk for the year. They just traded away their left tackle. Brian Thomas might not play. Eagles are really coming in hot. Their defense has looked phenomenal.
I agree.
In recent weeks.
I agree.
Offense is starting to pick up. I think this is the week the Jags kind of did their last fight against the Packers and they lost. I think this is the week where they start to collapse, and it's for them.
And I typically
give me the Eagles money.
So I'll say this: I typically wait until Sunday to place it. I think I might place this one earlier.
I think that line might move,
especially if Brian Thomas can't go, Christian Kirk's gone, Cam Thomas is gone, or Cam Robinson's gone. So I don't feel like a lot of people have realized just how depleted the Jaguars are at this point. So if you like the Eagles and you want to just take them on the points, which is 7.5 right now, you can do it. But if you want at least some sort of value on Eagles money line, now would be the time to do it. I agree with that.
Yeah. So that's basic. So basically, it's Eagles money line. It's Bengals money line.
Bengals money line. Yep.
Falcons plus 5.5, and then the under 49 for Texans.
I think that's well structured. I think
I'm
the only one.
Last week's I liked. Last week's I didn't really like. I didn't really like any of the lines. This week I'm actually really confident.
Yeah. The only ones.
Which means it's probably not going to hit.
Yeah.
But
right.
I'm really confident.
Watch. The Raiders go in there and beat the Bengals, drop them to 0-5 at home. But I agree with that logic. I especially agree with the Jets logic, which also has me worried because you'd never know. with these Thursday games. I feel like some of them are kind of weird.
I know, but usually Thursday games are always low scoring.
But like, dude, doesn't that just scream like 16-10? Doesn't it? I feel like it does.
Yeah.
I feel like it does. Unless Mixon just runs all over him. But also, that's another thing. Like if
they do the run game, then
no, but if the
the
Texans realize, hey, Stroud's struggling against this pass rush, let's run the ball. Choose the clock. What happens when you choose the clock? Less points. So, I think the logic's sound there. And I think I'm going to place this one tonight, actually. So,
yeah, that's the play.
Yeah. All right. Real quick, we'll take a look at week 9 and see what's popping here. So we got Texans Jets on Thursday night. The Jets are favorite, and yeah, it's kind of strange to me that they're favorite, right? Like
it scares me.
It scares me a little bit.
I mean, everyone's gonna pick the Texans. I honestly like the Jets, but they're just like,
dude,
like when those teams they like have a loss like that and they just lose the locker room and implode.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I feel like the Jets.
The Jets are,
right
yeah, and I
honestly, I think they should win this game, but they're
bro. If they didn't win last week, I mean, come on, they didn't win last week or the week before.
I think they match up really well against the Texans. They beat them last.
Well, they beat them 30-0 last year.
I think they match up really well.
Yeah,
against the Texans.
They beat them like they beat the brakes off them.
This Jets team is terrible.
Yeah, the vibes aren't there.
That's the only reason why I don't like it. It's just because the vibes are bad.
Are they?
But in my brain opinion, the Jets are built where they should be able to beat this Texans.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have to go with Vegas on this one.
I don't want to bet. I don't want to bet. The vibes are so bad. I am not confident.
I agree. Cowboys Falcons. They're gonna lose again? You think? Cowboys.
Oh yeah, Cowboys are.
Oh yeah. He said, "Oh yeah, they're gonna lose. They're terrible."
Oh yeah.
What else we got here? Yeah, I guess that Saints Panthers game has a big effect on us.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see them winning, but like.
I don't know, man. If there was a game, it would be this one.
For those that don't know, I got like plus 200 odds.
No, you got better than that, didn't you?
No, it was only. I think I was 100 to win on 200.
And for me, it was 100 to win 100.
Terrible choice.
Yeah, it was. You could have got better odds on that.
In hindsight, it was terrible.
What else we got? Commanders, Giants. Meh. Broncos, Ravens. I actually think that'll low key could be a good game.
I was considering that for the KBTs.
That's a good game, man. What's the line on this one?
I went against it. I think the Ravens
9.5. Oh, give me the fucking.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Give me the Broncos, man. To cover that.
I was considering it, but
Broncos are gonna cover that. I don't know.
The Ravens are usually pretty good after having like a pretty bad week.
Broncos are covering that. I'll tell you that right now. I think the Ravens win, but the Broncos are covering that. Bears, Cardinals. Ooh, that's a fun one. Look at this one in Arizona. Vegas has it as a pick'em right now, which is, yeah, honestly, it's probably right. 44.5. Wow, that's a good game. Holy crap. Dude. So these teams have gone back and forth since 2012. They've gone back and forth with Chicago winning the last one. So does that mean Arizona wins the next one? Who knows? Who knows? That's a good one, though. I'm definitely going to have to watch.
Who knows?
That's the second straight week I'm going to go out of my way to watch the Bears play football. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Actually, I don't know because Lions-Packers is also at 4. Wow. What a game that is.
Lions-Packers, that's going to be a hell of a game.
I think we're going to find out if Jordan Love's playing, obviously. I don't know the extent of.
I think the Lions are already legit. I think they're the best team in the league.
No. I know the Lions are legit. I'm talking about the Packers.
Oh, the Packers.
Or if the Packers well, you know they're a good team, but I think we're gonna get a real good idea of like where they're at in this game.
That's gonna be huge though, because they're both 6-1.
They're
Lions,
6-1, 6-2.
That's huge for NFC North.
That is huge.
Freaking battle.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Huge game, and then another huge game for divisional. Got the Rams Seahawks.
Yeah, and that's another game that dude, the Seahawks just keep losing. They started off 3-0, they're now 4-4, so like they're 1-4 in their last 5. So, and the Rams are actually starting to get healthy, like we said earlier. They're starting to come alive a
Rams
little
are
bit.
actually favored. They're favored -1.5.
I see it as a pick 'em right now. 49 is the over
That's
under.
basically a pick 'em -1.5.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very disappointing loss for Seattle at home last week, so you'd like to see them bounce back. Obviously, they didn't have DK last week, but even so, they get him back this week. They got to show me something because they look dog. They played like dog. Colts Vikings is Sunday night. Joe Flacco, Sam Darnold.
Should be a good game.
I'll
Honestly.
tune in. And then Monday night, Chiefs again.
Bucks,
This time with Bucks. And I mean, y'all already know who I'm picking in that game. I'm picking them. I don't have the ball.
I don't want to pick them, but you have to pick them.
You have to. You have to pick. So
I don't know if they're gonna cover that -8.5 though.
Tampa Bay can score.
They couldn't even cover that against the Raiders.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I wanted to check.
The Raiders were all mean to them in the offseason.
I wanted to check.
Got Steelers and Niners.
Vikings -6. You know, the Colts have been really good against the spread, so I think I take the Vikings, but I think I take the Colts to cover against the Vikings on Sunday night.
Dude, the line. I mean, I'm already seeing -5 for Vikings.
Oh, so it's
On
moving.
ESPN
It's already moving. I bet it's already moving.
Already moving.
Damn.
The lines are moving.
Yeah,
you know,
I think
honestly, I like
Pro
people
Football
say,
Reference shows you
Aaron
what
was
they
yelling
open
at
at.
me, being all like you're doing the KBT so early, like for the Commanders Bears game, like when Jayden Daniels was like officially announced to start, like the over under line jumped by like 3 points.
Yeah.
Low key, wow, I was like nervous. But like
that's
you
what
know,
I'm saying.
Sometimes you get really good lines when you do it early.
That's what I'm saying. Like you need to get in.
The Rams.
If you like the
Rams
Eagles, get in now.
They were +3 at like when I bet last week.
Yeah.
When I bet the Rams. Granted, they won the game, but I got it at +3 when I did it today. But if I did it right before game time, it
no
was
shot.
-1.
Yeah, no shot.
+1. So like you know, you get some, you win some, you lose some. But sometimes you get. I think most of the time you get the best line.
Yeah, I think you do too. I mean, it depends if you have a guy who's like a game time decision. Yeah, obviously. But if you have a pretty good idea if he's going to play or not, I think the sooner you do it, the better, usually.
Yeah.
So, all right, that'll do it for us. A little longer this week, but I mean, hey, there's a lot to talk about. So
everybody played this week. A lot of crazy games.
Be sure to tune in next week. We have a very special podcast coming up. Trade deadline day is next Tuesday, so we're gonna have
and
the election. Yeah. Get your fucking ballots out.
Who's winning the swing states?
Get your ballots out, man. We'll have like a little.
Oh boy.
We'll have a little ticker, like right. Where is it? Where's my camera? Right here. Right under my name. Right under my name, and right under Kyle's name. Just beep. We'll have a little ticker. We'll see how much what percent of the votes are in.
Election night pick special.
Yeah. Hey, dude, trade deadline week. I'm excited for that.
I'm excited. I got all day to prep. I have the day off. So all day to prep.
Really? Why do you have the day off?
Because I work construction and the union gets the day off.
For election day?
Yeah, for presidential election.
You better enjoy that while you can.
Union worker.
The amount of people who are mailing it in nowadays, they're definitely gonna take that holiday away from you. I can see that. Oh man.
For now, though.
Did you vote yet?
Yeah, I voted.
You did the early voting? Yeah, I think I'm gonna vote tomorrow.
I did the early.
I gotta go to.
It was easy.
Did you?
I didn't feel like I don't want to change my registration for the ballot to. I don't want to drive all the way home to vote, and I don't want to. I didn't want to change my ballot vote or whatever. So I just like when I was at home, I just.
So you mailed in? Yeah, I have to go for the early voting. I have to go to the Bridgewater Municipal Building, so I'll probably be there at some point tomorrow. I took a half day. I needed a half day. I haven't had a day off in like 2 months from work, so I needed it.
Oh boy.
I'm happy. All right, that'll do it for us. So make sure to tune in next week. Like I said, we're gonna have a very special podcast. But until then, watch more football. Bet the KBTs.
More KBTs.
Bet the KBTs because if you've been betting $100 on the KBTs, you're up 40.
Up $40.
I guess we're up what?
Incredible.
Does that mean 0.4 units?
$40.
Does that mean 0.4 units technically?
I guess if you. I
yeah.
think so. Yeah,
hey, but the return in the last 4 weeks, if you've just started, is
the return in the past 4 weeks has been
muy bueno. We're catching fire. This is the right time to do it.
Big bueno.
So, all right, I'll do it for us. Peace out, everybody. Take care.
Peace.